What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now, this video I was excited to make the real draft grades on the Colorado's big four wide receivers. You know, you got LaJohntay Wester, you got Will Sheppard, you got Jimmy Horn Jr., and you got Travis Hunter. They all made themselves available for the NFL draft. They all declared. And now I must admit, I must warn you, I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this video, and I'm okay with the smoke. But it was said that Jimmy Horn Jr. was asked by a few teams not to play in that last game. That is great news for him, and we're going to talk about it. Stay tuned. Guys, please do me a favor. Before we get into this video, please give us a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, hit the bell notification so you can get updated on my latest content as it drops. All of that will be greatly appreciated by me. So the Colorado Big Four, the real assessment on their NFL grades by me. And I've been watching them, and I feel like I could give my opinion here. I've been watching them since the past couple years. Now, Will Sheppard, I must admit, I've watched him this year, and I've seen enough that I've seen all I had to see out of Will Sheppard. I've seen all I had to see out of Jimmy Horn Jr. Travis Hunter, I'm gonna save him for last because that goes without saying. He arguably could be the #1 pick in the draft. So I'm going to say Travis Hunter for last, and I'm going to get to LaJohntay Wester as well. Now, at the East-West Shrine practice, they all excelled. Now, Travis Hunter wasn't there, but the big three excelled at the practice. And we're going to get to Jimmy Horn Jr. first. Now, Jimmy Horn Jr., he excelled so much. It's being reported that the Steelers and another team told him that he should not play in the game. They saw everything they needed to see. They already evaluated him. They don't need him to play. They don't need him to get hurt. They need him just to worry about the NFL Combine and Pro Day at this point. That is very good news for Jimmy Horn Jr. What does that mean? That means he could possibly go no later than the second day. If he had some NFL teams tell him not to play in that game, they already got their assessment on him, his life has just changed. And I'm going to start with Jimmy Horn Jr. His life has just changed forever. And a lot of people, I've seen the comments in the last 4 years, oh, he dropped balls and, you know, he just don't have it. I'm glad he didn't listen to anybody. This guy showed out. He came to practice at the East-West. He didn't come to play. He was there in supreme conditioning. And it's paying off for him because they told him not to play. They said, we don't need you to play in this game, man. Just like Shedeur, I know people say, how come he didn't play in the game? I wasn't expecting Shedeur Sanders to play in that game. He don't have to. The only thing he's worried about is working out, staying in shape, getting ready for Pro Day or the Combine. So let's start with Jimmy Horn Jr., man. So we got to go back to, where do we have to start with Jimmy? We have to go to South Florida. Okay. 2001 to 2022 season. Now, in the 2021 season as a freshman, he played in 12 games. He started 5. He recorded 30 interceptions for 408 yards and 1 touchdown and returned 9 kickoffs for 114 yards. That was in 2021, his freshman campaign. His sophomore campaign, he appeared in 11 games. He tallied 37 catches for 551 yards. His production went up and 3 touchdowns. He averaged 29.9 yards on 7 kickoff returns, including an 89-yard touchdown return against BYU. That's very impressive for his sophomore campaign. Make no mistakes about it. Now, we know that him and Xavier Weaver, a friend of his that's now in the NFL, they both decided to come to Colorado. And we know that Jimmy Horn was actually being recruited by Jackson State back when Coach Prime was coaching at Jackson State. So they were well aware of Jimmy Horn capabilities before he got to Colorado. In 2023, he played in 12 games. He made 58 receptions for 567 yards and 6 touchdowns. Now, his production is still going up, as you can see. Now, it dropped off a little bit in the 2024 season. He participated in 11 games. He accumulated 37 catches for 441 yards and 1 touchdown. So you might say, well, his production went down. No. it's not enough ball to go around. You had LaJohntay Wester there. You had Will Sheppard there. You have Travis Hunter getting a lot of the touches. And then you got Jimmy Horn Jr. Those are respectable numbers. The reason why I give him a high draft grade, because he came to that practice in supreme shape. He has the skills to pay the bills. He was doing moves out there that was just amazing. And I've already seen enough that I needed to see. And I'm glad what Coach Prime said. He said, I'm glad you guys are getting to see what I've been seeing for a while and what I've been telling you about these guys. They had one of the best wide receiver rooms in the nation, and Jimmy Horn Jr. was a part of that. He's getting ready to make the NFL. Not only that, he's going to be playing on Sunday. I don't give grades over here as far as an A, B, or C. I'm just giving you my real, true assessment. And I know people are going to disagree with it, but that's okay. This is my assessment on him. He has the skills. Wait till you get to wait. And now here's another tell sign. He was invited to the NFL Combine. I already know that he's going to be playing on Sunday. I already know that. And again, it was reported that a couple teams, I think one being the Steelers, they told him not to play in that game, in the East-West game. They already saw what they needed to see out of him. They already have their assessment of him. They don't want him to play. They don't want him to get hurt. They want him to concentrate on the Combine and Pro Day. That's it. That's the only thing he needs to do. And he's good to go. He's on his way to the NFL. And remember I said this, not only is he going to make the NFL, he's going to make that plane, okay, and play on Sunday. He's not not going to be a practice squad player. He's actually going to play. Remember that. There's a need for the skill set of Jimmy Horn Jr. Let's get to Will Sheppard. Now, Will Sheppard, we have to start at Vanderbilt. I'm only going to touch on a few things at Vanderbilt. His freshman, he saw limited action with 2 receptions for 30 yards. 2021 season, he recorded 43 catches for 577 yards and 4 touchdowns. He got better. Okay, in his junior season, he achieved all SEC honors with 60 receptions for 776 yards and 9 touchdowns. And let's get to when he was at Colorado. He played in 13 games. He registered 48 receptions for 621 yards and 6 touchdowns. Then the yards kind of went down because they had a good wide receiver room. They had Travis Hunter there, the Heisman Trophy winner, Jimmy Horn Jr., LaJohntay Wester. So they had a lot of people in that wide receiver room, and he still contributed in a big way. He was a big part of why they got to a bowl game. Make no mistakes about it. Will Sheppard in the East-West game practice, he showed out as well. He showed that he's a big target. He shows that he has good hands, and make no mistakes about it, he's going to find his way on the NFL roster. Remember I said that about Will Sheppard. That came in from Vanderbilt. Now let's get to LaJohntay Wester. LaJohntay Wester, Florida Atlantic University. And I know about Florida Atlantic University. I had a friend I went to high school with. He played basketball for a couple years at Florida Atlantic University. He's no longer with us. He got killed. Basketball player, Eric Yaden. But LaJohntay Wester, I'm familiar with the university. That's how I knew who he was. I knew of other players that played ball at Florida Atlantic University as well. And I had a niece that played there. So that's how I was familiar with who LaJohntay Wester is, because I always tune in to Florida Atlantic University to see what they're doing. His freshman season in 2020, LaJohntay Wester, he contributed for 17 receptions, 114 yards, and 1 touchdown. In the 2021 season, he made a huge improvement. 65 catches, 702 yards, and 4 touchdowns. In 2022, he recorded 62 receptions for 719 yards and 8 touchdowns. This is a lot of input here. Let's get to 2024. When he went to Colorado, he played in the Power 5. You would have thought his numbers would go down, right? He played in 13 games. He tallied 74 receptions for 931 yards and 10 touchdowns. His production went up in the Power 5, like all these other players. They've proven themselves in the Power 5. LaJohntay Wester, here's my assessment on him and why he's needed in the NFL. He reminds me of Deshaun Jackson. And not only does he remind me of Deshaun Jackson, he has good hands and he has good separation ability like just Deshaun Jackson. I believe he's the coach of Delaware now, Deshaun Jackson, Delaware State. He has good separation ability. He reminds me of Deshaun Jackson. He can burn you. And I can't wait. And he was also invited to the NFL Combine as well. He was invited. So that is a very good sign for LaJohntay Wester for them to invite him to the NFL Combine. They saw something in that practice. They said, sir, we need you at the Combine. We saw that. And like Coach Prime said, you're getting a chance to see what he's been seeing along. He's been saying about these guys forever. So again, the major assessment in why teams need this type of player, he has good separation ability. He knows how to separate from the defender. He's only going to get better in the NFL because in the NFL, there's no distractions. Well, there are outside distractions, but he doesn't have school anymore. He just work out. He's only going to get better as time go on, LaJohntay Wester. LaJohntay Wester, not only is he going to make an NFL team, he's going to play on Sunday. That's what's going to happen. I don't talk about too much draft status and stuff like that, but he's going to make an NFL team and he's going to play on Sunday. Make no mistakes about it. This room was that good. Last but not least, Travis Hunter. I mean, what more could be said about Travis Hunter, man? He's won all the hardware. Heisman Trophy. That's what we're going to say, the Heisman Trophy. He was also the consensus academic All-American. And he got the brains to go along with it. His freshman season at Jackson State, he played in 8 games. We know he got hurt. On defense, he recorded 19 tackles and 2 interceptions. On offense, 18 receptions for 188 yards and 4 touchdowns. Now we jump into Colorado because, he's only played 3 college football seasons. In 2023, as a sophomore, he participated in 9 games. Remember, he got hurt again. On defense, he logged 30 tackles and 3 interceptions. On offense, 57 receptions for 720 yards and 5 touchdowns. His junior season is what we call the Heisman season. It was something of legend. It's almost like his 2 players. You have to grade him as 2 players. He played in 12 games. On defense, he recorded 32 tackles and 4 interceptions. Very impressive. On offense, 92 receptions for 1,152 yards and 14 touchdowns. And the rest is history. He won all the trophies. But more importantly, the Heisman Trophy. He won the Heisman Trophy. He brought the Heisman Trophy to Colorado. It's been the second one since Rashaan Salaam that won the Heisman Trophy back in the 90s. They have a locker room there memorializing Rashaan Salaam. We all know Travis Hunter. My assessment on him is everybody has the same assessment. He's in the top 3 in the draft, if not the number 1 pick in the draft. It just depends on if the team wants to go for a quarterback or not, or they want to go for a generational type player, a generational type talent like Travis Hunter. He's a generational talent. We know this. He's only going to get stronger and better in the NFL. And that's scary because he's only a junior. He has a lot more growing to do. And we're going to see that in the NFL. Now, as far as my assessment on what position he should play in the NFL, I don't think they should limit Travis Hunter to the cornerback position. I think more than likely he's going to play cornerback, right? But what happens if the team needs a spark on offense? Why not put him in? So I think they will draft some plays for Travis Hunter at that position. But let me just say this, if they don't, just look after his rookie contract is over, looking for him to move to another team that will allow it. But definitely, I think the team that drafts him, they understand that he does have ability on the offensive side of the ball. And if they need a spark, they need something, go to Travis. So guys, that is my real assessment for the Big Four. LaJohntay Wester, Jimmy Horn Jr., but we got Travis Hunter and Will Sheppard. And they all declared themselves eligible for the NFL draft. Every one of those guys will be on the NFL team. And I know people are going to disagree with me on that, but I'm telling you, just watch and see it happen. They have the skills and what we call to pay the bills. I digress. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please share if you like, and give us a like. That'll be greatly appreciated. Guys, I will see you on the next video. Take care. Thanks for watching, guys. But before you go, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also hit the bell notification so you can get updated on my latest content as it drops. If you have any video ideas, feel free to leave a comment below. Take care.